really the whole sort of landscape of methamphetamine has changed pretty significantly, say, over the past 5 years or so. Meth labs, the ones that we're seeing, aren't typically being operated by sophisticated drug trafficking organizations. But that really doesn't make it any less dangerous to deal with. We're on pace to pretty much double on what we had last year.
Like, just as soon as that smell hits the air, it fills you with euphoria. And the first time I did it, I think it was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and it was the longest lasting drug that I had tried. I was high until probably mid-morning the next day. I lost my home. I suffered from chronic homelessness. I lost everything I owned, clothing. I lost my relationship. My mother would no longer speak to me. My brother still has not spoken to me. I lost all my friends. Basically what it boiled down to is me sitting in a house with my shades drawn, all my curtains drawn, the lights off, and smoking meth by myself. My real eye-opener was a suicide attempt. And I just couldn't live like that anymore. I hated myself. It wasn't long after that I started going to meetings. I was so ashamed. Like, I wanted to be able to say that I did it. I wanted to be able to come back to a meeting a year later and say, haha, I don't need you. I did it by myself. I've always been a pretty strong, independent person because of everything I've been through and survived. But that's the thing, is you can't do it by yourself. You can't do this without a higher power, and mine's God today. And you can't do it without a recovery program like Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous. I don't see any other way. So I had to walk into a meeting and pretty much lay all my stuff out there and say that I lied, that I'm not sober, that I'm sick, and that I'm suffering. You're an addict in recovery. It's hard, no doubt about it. But when you're a mom in recovery, it has its own set of challenges. People will often think, and other mothers too, when they're in an open fellowship of a 12-step program, it's very hard to admit that you want to get high when you're standing there next to your child. But what people don't realize is that doesn't make you a bad parent, it just makes you a sick parent. And I have felt like that many times, and you're afraid of who to talk to. So me and another girl decided that it was important that we reach out to these moms and make them realize that they're not alone, and that there is help and there is hope. And so we started a Moms in Recovery faith-based support group here at the Bangor Area Recovery Network. This was, I got this probably about 6 months ago, and this is my son's name. This is the autism symbol. This is the 12 stars to represent the 12 steps of recovery. And this is when I got saved. It's just crazy how life can change. It almost seems like yesterday that I was a different person. Even sometimes I look in the mirror and I don't believe that the person standing in the glass is me. Like, it's the same physical body, but my insides are different.